I hate the word coach in a business sense. Now, before you go, well, why? Everyone's got a business coach, everyone's got an executive coach. In fact, there are even people that have life coaches. I absolutely detested the word, and I resisted it when I formed this company. And as I started to try and build out my services, portfolio of services, and speaking programs, I always avoided it. Yesterday, I sat down with a trusted friend, Bart Ross from TMR Agency, and we were trying to come up with how we could describe some of the services that I provide. And I went into my irrational hatred of the word coach. Now, he found this particularly unique because he knows I was a coach. I coached multiple sports. I played multiple sports. I love the entire activity of coaching. And as I say in the blog post, left to my own devices, I would be coaching right now if it weren't for the need to make money. This is a business, not a hobby. But when I start to take what I do into the business world, I immediately wrote off the word coach as a title. And Bart did something very, very valuable for me that I want to convey. We sat in this conference room, in fact, and we listed out the words that I associate with a coach, the words that I associate with a consultant, and then he asked me to think about how I would describe what I do with my son, who's 4 years old, as I'm teaching him. Now, that's not to say that I think that the people I consult with are like 4-year-olds, though that would be a funny joke. What it did was it made me come up with descriptive terms like consulting, listening, advising, guiding, diagnosing, encouraging, teaching, motivating. All of the words for those 3 scenarios were the same. And while I may dislike the word coach, because I may have seen coaches in the business scene that are over the top, maybe not things that I would do, maybe something I may even find distasteful, the concept is important and it immediately resonates with people. The concept of being someone who can provide guidance. Not every coach was a great player, right? And so I think part of the baggage I brought into the word coach was, if you're going to be an executive coach, well, who are you to be an executive coach if you didn't run the greatest company in the world? Well, Phil Jackson, while he was an accomplished basketball player, was no Michael Jordan, right? And I don't mean to pick that on the Chicago Bulls because I'm not a Bulls fan, right? Coach Van Gundy in Orlando, probably not the greatest basketball player, but a heck of a coach. Coach Krzyzewski, same thing. Coaches provide the support, guidance, feedback, encouragement, motivation that you need to succeed in whatever it is you're trying to do. And so with that, I am now going to open my arms and embrace the title coach. And what I'd like to encourage you guys to do is to look at some of your irrational distaste for labels or topics or areas in your life. Sit down with someone you trust like I did and start doing that word association where you list down all the things that you would associate with those activities or those titles and really evaluate it and figure out whether it's just an irrational thing like mine was about the word coach or whether there's some meat behind it, and then you can dig into it and end up with a better end result. Thanks for listening.